Hey everyone, I'm Shelby Granath, and this is a special edition of Sports Night. Wartburg's football season ended a few months ago, but 2 players received the opportunity to play in one more game. While Wartburg students were away on Christmas break, Danny Stiefel and Matt Tschetter traveled to Puebla, Mexico to represent the United States in the Tazon De Estrellas All-Star football game. I sat down with them before they left, so let's start the show. Wartburg quarterback Danny Stiefel and defensive end Matt Tschetter received the opportunity of a lifetime when they were nominated and selected to play in the Tazon De Estrellas All-Star football game in Mexico.
We got an email from Coach Willis saying that you've been nominated to play in this All-Star game. So Danny and I both decided that we'd kind of do it at the same time so that we could go together, and it got worked out that we got selected.
The decision to go was an easy one for Matt and Danny.
It's kind of, opportunity of a lifetime, really. Get to go play one more football game, spend a week in Mexico.
I was just excited to go, because, obviously it's Mexico. I've never been there before. Like he said, it's a, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'll probably never go to Mexico again. And just being able to play football again one more time, after college.
So how exactly did they feel when they found out they were going?
When I found out I was going, I was pretty excited. I told my mom, and she was just really excited. She's just like, it's another chance for you to show yourself, get an opportunity, put yourself out there. But, it was just like being able to play football one more time. Obviously our season wasn't over. We had found out beforehand our season, but once our season ended, it was just great to know that we're being able to play again.
Absolutely, yeah, same thoughts, basically just, one more chance, and still excited about it.
To prepare for the trip, Danny and Matt had to take into consideration their new surroundings and environment when preparing their workouts.
The big thing for me is just conditioning-wise, just getting back in shape, just being able to breathe down there, because it's going to be a little different elevation and stuff like that.
Doing a little bit of conditioning as well, because it's going to be a little warmer down there than it is right now. I'm trying to get used to it, so I've been running inside, obviously.
But other than that, workouts were pretty normal for these football players.
Obviously, working out, trying to get my strength kind of back to where it was towards when I was during the season.
Throwing every day is a thing for me. Not him, obviously, but I need to throw every day, and just to get my arm in shape. I took 2 weeks off, and I threw for the first time, 2 weeks ago, and my arm was just gone already after 2 weeks, but now it's back in shape.
Before leaving, Matt and Danny were not aware of who else was on the American All-Star team other than a handful of Iowa Conference players. However,
the athletic trainer from Central, there's 2 of them actually that are going over there, so that's the only person. After the Central game, I actually talked to him for a minute, get to know him, whatever.
Well, at Wartburg, Tschetter and Stiefel have had to play against Iowa Conference players, but now they would have to play on the same team as some of their rivals.
It's going to get some getting used to. Obviously the last 4 years we've been playing with the same guys, building up that relationship, it's, going to be kind of a hard thing to overcome, and I'm sure it won't be the same at all. But those guys are good players. They're there for a reason, and it'll be pretty fun.
It's going to be a great opportunity to play with those those other guys. But being able to just throw some of to some of those receivers on the other teams would be cool, and the running backs as well. That'd be cool to throw to them.
Matt and Danny had to be ready to go right away because 2-a-day practices started the first day.
There's 3 2-a-days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is 2-a-days, and then Thursday is a 1-a-day, and then Friday is just a walk-through, relax day, and Saturday's game day.
Being in an all-star game would not be easy, especially for the quarterback.
From my standpoint, quarterback, I got to know a lot. There's going to be meetings that we're going to need to go to, and 2-a-day practices are going to help going over the, going through the motion. But it'll be a little easier for this guy. He's just a, D lineman, so DN.
Yeah.
You don't have to remember as much.
No, not at all. That'll be pretty easy.
Just rush the passer.
Pretty much, yeah. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty generic, but we're going to have a lot of time to kind of install it, anyways.
It's going to be difficult. I've done it before in high school for the All-Star game, and we played for a week at practice, and then just played a game. It wasn't that bad, but you get used to it.
Stiefel says the most important thing is getting to know his teammates.
It's something you got to just, adapt to real fast. You got to get to know your receivers, obviously. I got to, get to know them on a personal basis beforehand, too. Just introduce myself to all of them, make sure they know who I am, stuff like that. And just, even when we're playing catch, just throwing to them back and forth, talking, just hear what they have to say to me, how they run their routes and everything, and it's going to help when we get on the field and throw. So I mean, it's not only just being able to go out there and just throw. It's thinking what each other is thinking as well.
Going into the game, Tschetter and Stiefel were not sure how much playing time they would get, since there would be a total of 53 players to rotate around.
I talked to Coach Wheeler when he was down there. He said they only had two. They had 3 quarterbacks his year, but one got hurt, so there was only 2. So he got to play basically they both quarterbacks got to play 2 quarters. But he said usually they only have 2 since he was done. After he left, they only had 2, or one would play 2 quarters and the other would play the other 2 quarters. But yeah, I'm not sure how it'll work.
There's 3 defensive ends going. So basically,
you'll be rotating.
So if we're rotating, I'll pretty much be playing probably about 75% of the snaps.
Luckily for Matt and Danny, a few previous Wartburg players and a coach have had the same experience.
I've been actually talking to Herkelman a few times. He's just telling me how much fun it was down there, and you just don't be a loner on the side. Have fun. Don't just not do anything, because if you miss out on that, then you're going to miss out on a lot.
And then I know Coach Wheeler also, when he was in college, went down to that bowl game and said that was just a blast, and everybody who's ever done it, just had, great times.
Even though Tschetter and Stiefel have talked to former players, they still don't totally know what to expect.
I think that's kind of some of the fun about it is, I don't really exactly know what to expect. I haven't, I've never really left the country before, so that'll be a new experience for me, but, I'm just, like I said, I'm really excited to go, and, I've got high expectations just from what other people have said and how much fun they've had, but, I can't wait to go.
My expectations, to go check out, not only our team, obviously, but their team as well, see how good they are over in Mexico. I want to go over and see how, the rest of the, Americans play too as well. I mean, I want to, not only from just our conference, there's a lot of guys from around the country. I want to just see how, what kind of, level of play they play. So, I mean, see how they are, compare them to how our conference is.
2 years ago, the American team lost, but last year they came out with a victory.
We've gotten some emails from the coaches saying that the team that we're playing this year is pretty good. A lot of the guys played together already, so we're expecting to go and win. So I mean, we're not expecting to lose.
Overall, they feel prepared for the experience.
I think with our scheme that our coaches kind of gave us over the last 4 years, definitely probably prepare us pretty well for this. Just because it's pretty complicated for what we do, even on defense too. So as far as some of the terminology and stuff like that, probably I would think would be pretty easy to kind of learn on the fly. So we'll see how well they prepared us. So.
They may be ready to play football. However, you could not exactly describe Matt and Danny as fluent in Spanish.
I think the last time I took Spanish my freshman year here, and I don't know, I wasn't the best grade, I don't think, maybe, but
don't worry, I'm with you.
Hopefully Professor Hemis didn't let me down. So.
Even though they will be in Mexico for the All-Star game, not all of their time will be devoted to football.
We're actually going a little sightseeing. We're going to go see the pyramids down there. They obviously have, we're going to be staying at a hotel, real, top-notch hotel. They got nice pools and everything for us to go to. So, I mean, that's going to be a lot of our free time doing that. And then I actually think we're going to be able to go out at night and do a little, have fun. So that's what the guys did. Coach Wheeler said, live it up. Don't just, like I said before, don't just sit back and do nothing. Go out, have some fun.
I don't think Danny and I have to worry about that too much. So.
Overall, they are very excited about this opportunity.
I think, obviously the relationships, being able to, talk to these people, where they've come from, kind of things that they've had to offer, and kind of learn from those other people. Also, kind of seeing a different culture. I'm kind of excited about kind of seeing what, I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but just kind of seeing for myself, what it's like in different parts of the world.
I just can't wait.
We'll take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, we'll see what Stiefel and Tschetter had to say after the trip. You're watching a special edition of Sports Night.